Alright guys, so it is new car day, aka payday. So I have two new cars. There will be a third, I just haven't paid it off yet. But this one was actually, I'm going to do two cars in two separate videos. I'm unsure of which order they're going to go in. And then I also have the rest of the parts for the XTM, so that'll be another video at some point. I know I got to get it done probably today or tomorrow. So I'm going to just do this car first. It's an older Wind Hobby Sidewinder, I believe. Oh, you can barely see it. Give me 1 second. Right there. It's a nitro car. I actually got this for free from a guy. It needs a little bit of work, but like definitely needs a new remote. This is the 27 millihertz. So this will definitely be changed out. I mean, it's still in decent shape, but I'd rather not even bother with it. So the car, it's like a little, your typical, nitro race car type deal. It needs work, that's 100% for sure. Unsure on the size of the motor. It says VX-18, so I assume it's a 1.8, something like that. It does have a, sorry, bump you down in there. It looks like a 2-speed, unsure completely. But the guy told me all the electronics work. It does need a new pull starter. I have the original one, but I guess it was starting to kind of act a little funny, so I'm going to have to look into that. But we'll, I don't know if there's anything else in this box. I didn't really ask questions about it, but here's the pull starter. It's kind of a funky pull starter for this thing. Yeah, so just that in the box. So you got your one-way bearing, pull starter for it, and remote and car. I have no idea of any information on these cars. I don't know what the... This thing, it tells you everything. Okay, yeah, so it's an 18 CXP Wing Hobby Sidewinder Sport. 4-wheel drive. It's got, double wishbone up front and rear. Seems like decent shocks. Not the greatest. This one's a little low on oil. That one's okay. That one's okay. They could probably all use a little touched up, but it's going to need cleaned. Probably newer servos. Yeah, looks to be a 2-speed. It's got this cute little tiny fuel tank in here. I mean, what could I show for reference? There we go. Like, that's a roll of electrical tape. It's about the size of that, and it's not much thicker than it. So it's a cute little thing. On-off switch here. I'll have to pull this apart, see batteries, see what it needs. But this will probably be in another video after I finish that XTM. I don't feel like doing that fully right now, but I'm going to have to. I got to get that done in a day or two. Toss those up here, and of course that fell. I did get a couple more organizers, so I'm going to have to kind of go through and reorganize everything. The one I had, it got so jam-packed full of stuff, and it just started kind of getting hard to stack anything in it. But see about that later on. So, definitely a cool little car. It's definitely older. It's pretty neat. Does seem pretty decent, though. It's got a metal chassis. Definitely got to do something about these motor bolts. He did say something about that. That's going to be fun. But we'll dig into this a little more in the future. Just not right now. So, since that's a relatively short little video, if I was just going to do that, I mean, it's only been 5 minutes. I'll go ahead and show you. I'll do this real quick. So as you can tell, I don't have the original storage box right there here anymore. I ended up I got 2 more. So the bottom one's the one I had, all the stuff, and then these 2 I'm gonna separate that one, make sections. I got a new spur gear for the Nitro / electric deal, which I actually ended up robbing the motor and stuff for the car up there. It's on a drift chassis right now, and I'm gonna tear that back apart. The chassis, it's not good. I'm not even gonna bother uploading the video I made to that. I'm just not happy with it, and I'd rather just not even deal with it. I got the hinge pins for the XTM, so there'll be a video on that. And I have the hinge pin blocks. Those will be going on soon. I did get my, where is it? For the Revo, I did get the new motor for it because I burnt the old one up in the Max Slash when I burnt the motor up in that. So that'll be going to that eventually. Got some connectors because I use them all the time apparently. What else did I get? Oh, I have, where's that? I got a SD card reader for the action cameras. There's one sitting here and then one on the Max Slash over there. So I'll be able to do onboard footage and actually be able to get the files. Because I guess there's an app to one of those cameras, but I couldn't get it to work. So I just got that. I'll do it that way. Not a big deal. Update on the little Kyosho Nitro car. That's what the Camaro body was originally on. I did make a video about it, along with building the drift chassis and stealing the parts off the Nitro Slash, but I'm going to figure out how to fix this. I was messing around with it one day, and I don't know, I was driving for about 10 minutes, and the spur gear, this first one here, it got all stripped out. I don't know exactly what happened, so I got to fix that. And then the motor, went to high RPMs and it locked up. It's locked solid, so I'm gonna have to figure something out with that. So there's an update on that. Seeing the part 1 of the new car, and this, I am pretty excited to build this. It's not the body I'm not a huge fan of. It's kind of quite bubbly, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. Probably in the next day or 2. I'll see what I could do. But let me kind of reorganize all of that, and then I will show you the other new car. This one I teased before. I'm very excited for this car. I've opened it, but I haven't messed with it. So we'll see all of that here in a few minutes. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, so this one's a little hard to fit on camera, but got me a Losi LMT Bog Hog. Give you a quick price range. So these before taxes, typically about $6.50, but where I work, I get a really good discount on them, and I got it for a really good price. So like I said, I already had it open when it arrived at my store, to check it out, make sure nothing was damaged, and I love it. So I love the body that's on it. I'll pull it out here in a second, but I have been thinking of getting a TRX4 K5 Blazer body for it. I heard they kind of fit pretty decent on them. We'll have to kind of see eventually, but let me go ahead, I'll pop it out and get the box out of the way so we can see it all as one. This is definitely one of the cooler boxes I've seen. I mean, you can see the front end flips upwards. It's got a 4S Spectrum system. Speaking of the LMT, the new Losi LMT 2.0 Gravedigger, I think Son of a Digger, and maybe another one that just came out or has been announced. If you're in the Northeast Ohio area, the Hobby Town where I work, we have one in stock. It's not for sale yet. I believe it will be for sale the 17th, and it's like $750. But from what I could see, it's a solid truck. But we'll do maybe later on that, or more on that possibly later. Pull the box out with the radio gear, and every time I mess these cars up. We'll set this on the floor for right now. Pop the truck out. Set this on the floor. But yeah, definitely one of the cooler boxes I've seen. So, let's not knock the truck off. That would be fantastic. Now, I've wanted one of these trucks for a very long time, pretty much since they came out. Get out of there, dog. It's just, they're sweet. I'll give you a, sometimes it's hard to tell how big these things are. The tires are about 6.5 inches tall. They're pretty narrow, they're 2 inches wide. Give you a wheelbase measurement. Center to center, say 14 and a half, roundabout. So, I mean, it's a pretty wide truck. Wheelbase, or width, outer tire edge to outer is, we'll call it 13. Dog's knocking the camera around. Wheel edge to wheel edge, wheelbase, we'll say 21. So it's a pretty decent sized truck. They claim it as a 10 scale truck with 8 scale electronics, which it's kind of more of 8th scale size, but I mean, whatever they want to call it, not a big deal. But I just love how this thing looks. I got this one. I don't mind the Kingsling one. I just prefer this one. There is 4 body clips on this. 2 in the back and 2 under in the middle. And then the front flips up. Doesn't flip up all the way, of course. Oh, maybe. There it goes. So, you can see down in there, it's got the Spectrum motor and receiver. There's the motor, it's a 2800 kV motor. Receiver, it's a 130 amp brushless, I believe. It's 4S capable. I'm not sure exactly what the part number is on that. But this one, I'm not sure if the Kingsling truck has it, but this one does have functional headlights. And somewhere, here it is, the connector is right here on the side. It has a, what's this, EC5, IC5 connector, which I'm going to cut that off and put my own on. I would prefer to try and find an adapter, but we didn't have any, so I'm not worried about it right now. The battery tray, I'm not super pumped about. It's kind of a funky setup. Hopefully my 4S batteries even fit in here. It does have a foam block, and then okay, so you could fit a kind of a shorty 4S in there. See down in there, and then it comes with a foam block to take that space up. I really hope one of my 4S batteries fit. I do have this 4S, which seems, it looks like it'll fit just fine, but I don't really want to use that one. I'm sure I have, maybe one of these Traxxas ones will fit. Nope, that won't fit. if I don't have to go get a battery. They are... Okay, so this might fit. So I'll do that, possibly. Looks like it'll be shorter this way. One thing I don't like about these like tilt front end deals, they're cool, but I don't know. Okay, yeah, these batteries will work. It's just a little bit on the tighter side, but it'll work. So, yeah, there goes the body again. I'm gonna cut that connector off and change it to what I normally run. Just because every other battery I have is that one. So, I'll switch that out off camera. It's no fun to watch someone solder, at least in my opinion. Pop these pins back in. I've been very excited for this truck. I get excited about cars and, you know, newer trucks coming out and everything, but I like the more scale realistic stuff, which this thing being modeled after a real truck, and it's a mud truck, which I think is just badass. I definitely am going to enjoy this one. Eventually I do plan on getting, you know, your typical X-Max and maybe one of these days an XRT. The new Traxxas Sandcar that came out, it's a cool car, but I don't see me ever really wanting to do anything with it. Hopefully this. Oh yeah. Yeah. But the Sandcar is cool. I just don't see anything personally that interests me, for especially not for $1,400 after tax. But here's your instructions. We'll go over these parts in a second. Check out the controller. Looks to be a Spektrum DX3, typical Spektrum remote that pretty much all ARRMA WOSI stuff comes with, it seems like. Nothing super crazy. Got your throttle limit, normal reverse steering, throttle, trims, brake rate, and the gyro rate, I believe it is. Seems pretty decent. We'll chuck some batteries in that later. Now, the bag here, kind of adjust you guys. I mean, just look how good it looks on the shelf, too. So, you guys set up here. Pop a squat. I save all my manuals and everything just because I know eventually I'm going to need them. What are these? These look like possibly the diff ends, it looks like. They give you a sticker. That's worth the money. And AA batteries, always a plus. So, here's the manual, typical deal. The Kingsling and the Bog Hog, same chassis and everything. The ESC is programmable, which is pretty nice. So, stock, it is 0 drag brake, forward reverse with brake. It's on a level 6 start mode, so like your punch. It's got timing. You could do, you know, auto or not auto, but counterclockwise, clockwise motor rotation to, you know, turn it around in the ESC. Got a neutral range. You could actually do quite a bit of stuff. There you go. You could pause that if you want to see pretty decent. Bunch of, just adjustable optional parts. Here's a center, it's like your center diff breakdown. Here's all your chassis breakdown stuff. So far, it seems pretty solid. Which one is that? Okay. The only thing I don't like is I don't even think the Kingsling has it, but the Bog Hog doesn't have a wheelie bar type deal, which I'm not super happy about. Yeah, this is just all different language, but that's not a huge deal. We'll leave that out. This stuff looks like it's more battery tray straps. I assume one's maybe a little longer and possibly some sided ones. It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, so these are battery straps. Honestly, it does look like this one is going to be longer, but I'll toss those in one of the piles. These are definitely the rear axle hubs, it looks like. So, it's pretty neat. I'm going to throw some batteries in the controller, and yes, I'll throw that Forest Spectrum one on for right now. Let's see how it does. But I'll go ahead and pause you guys. I'll get some batteries in and everything and go from there. Alright guys, so I got the battery in. The battery's in the remote. Battery's only at half charge. The headlights do work. They're red. Servo speed, for it being on the table, it's not too bad. Not super fast, but not too bad. And then with the half charge 4S, it's pretty decent. As you can tell, I didn't put the body clip back in, but it's definitely torquey. But I think for right now, that's going to be it. I have to go run and, drop the woman off food at her work and whatnot and take the dogs out. So, for right now, that's it. I'm going to get another GoPro mount to put on the truck or on the controller. We'll see. Man. But yeah. So, for right now, that's going to be it. Definitely, there'll be some videos on the XTM and then some on that, what the hell is that thing called? Sport Winder? Sidewinder. Yeah, that's what it is. And then the Max Slash, it needs a center drive shaft and front bumper that I crashed it into a dumpster. Anyway, so yeah, that's going to be it for right now. I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing off, and I got to get going. But there'll be definitely be a video on this soon. Probably at my dad's on Sunday going through the mud. So I'll see you guys later.